So I don't know how much we can trust him, but yeah, Chad, who do you think would win in a fight? A samurai or a panther?
I thought you were going to say Yakinda and Shocks after that BM. She just threw his way right there. A samurai or a panther? Oh, depends. Does the samurai have his weapons?
I'm talking fully geared up samurai with their Nico in their hands versus a panther with two very pointy fangs.
Well, maybe in the town of Inferno, I'll go with the samurai here because I want to get to the jungle of Ancient as the third. And let's get into Inferno right here and see if things can heat up because I think there's a lot more options for G2 here on the T side. That's what the desk was painting the picture of. They're not going to get shut out in the same way, or at least we hope not. Quick up mid, all five gallivanting here, and a Goosh safe put on notice. Down to 14 points of health and has to tuck tail, backing away quite deep towards that outside, but here they come. Util over towards A, and away we go.
That's really going to work wonders. The fact that Safe has to go defensive means that he can be run down and disrespected. If he wants to take the fight, Art has, loses his life. Safe quick to follow, so now just three trying to defend this site. The balcony does not work out, and neither does this pistol. Utter destruction out of G2, out of the gates.
See if Alexi can find this final kill here onto drop, and it'll be a team ace. Everybody hitting their shots from G2 here, and this is one way to kick it off. I know that Carlos, when he is watching his team play Counter-Strike, he likes to talk about the pistol, so I'm sure he's going to be happy with how this one has unfolded. And it is just drop looking to hold on to this Kevlar here. Wants to get himself maybe a little bit of something into the next round of play because this was blistering right here out of G2. Just up mid as a pack. Hit that initial goosh and then the pace kept coming. Good util on towards the site and even with the smoke to deploy towards that pit position to try and avoid that Molotov. The A defense could not get it done, but we had the pleasure of casting NIP versus FURIA yesterday. Drop is looking for a kill. He'd love the extra 300 bucks, and I think they'd love to take the armor away. Jax does exactly that. Just Hunter to go down there. So a great start, a great way to kick things off. And one of the things that we noted was just how much pressure that NIP were able to apply over towards A against this roster of FURIA, right? The desk was talking about the banana control and just how many biffs and fights we're going to see on that side of the map. Well, the way that NIP dealt with it was not going over there at all. They just left Brolin. He started to have a couple of rounds of traction, but mainly it was over towards the A bomb site here. So we'll see if G2 watch that demo and if they want to follow suit. It's going to be a four-man B lean on the eco, and it will be a buy into the next from FURIA. So if they can get a couple of kills here, even save an AK into the next round, that is the goal here. A round win seems unlikely, but not impossible.
Yeah, that's the flash. He invested into it, and it doesn't get anything done. Nico confirms a lot of bodies at the top of Banana, and he will try and distance himself from the threat. Pesky, pokey pistols. And they are going to try and run him down. This is that AK you were talking about, and he's chipped away at. Holds the magazine and loads it too, and 2 of the 4 found. The AK is retrieved. Safe happy with that. The bomb plant coming through for G2. And now, I guess, the next question becomes, how pushy does Alexi and Jax want to get with their Mag-10?
Exactly right, the Mag-10s. These two here get a bit more freedom to go for the hunt, but the fact that Banana has been smoked quite early here, you don't want to risk the maneuver through unless there's a flash facilitated from Hunter, who has a couple to work with. Jax is looking for some room. They know the round is secure, but they also know that the buy is coming out into the following round. If they're able to remove this AK, it means that there's not going to be as much cash to work with as far as the buy department goes from FURIA here, because that's going to give Safe an option to buy a bit more. Jax is very springy about this one, just hopping around every corner. Mag-10 strikes for the first, and on the jump, almost gets himself the second. Unlikely that the cavalry will be close enough, and Safe retains the AK-47, so great stuff from him on the save here. That's a bonus, a big bonus. He's going to buy into head armor. I thought that there might have been a conversation. Maybe he wants to drop the AK, buy into a glass cannon AWP, but they will be operating with 5 rifles into the first gun round, FURIA. Now, we have seen multiple approaches of how they like to defend on this CT side. There's a couple of little bogey strategies they have that we can bring up. There's the double boiler setup when the AWP's in play, where they like to do the bait and switch. There's a 3-man banana aggression, which we're on board for right now. So I'll make it only 2, just a utility service from Safe to leave a couple of extra pieces available over towards that construction position.
Sticky nade out of Alexi. And by smoking the mouth, actually draws Keserato closer to the engage.
I'm just happy that it's not the Alexi classic 3-man halls pop.
I mean, I don't rule it out. We might end up there before this T-half is up. Some leaders do have their signature moves. You can see it looks like they have intent to just play off of this fade. Jax has the flash cocked. Hunter holding middle, so they are just looking to kind of isolate Drop. He has support in K-Serato. That's the flash, the Molotov, and the hunt is down. K-Serato needs another, and Nico meets Alexi B in the grave. m0NESY needs to try and find this back, and Drop has done so much damage. Smoke is up. Site is clear. They don't know that. Coffin's occupied in the form of safe, and a high flash for him to try and get some answers. m0NESY down, lovely, with the bomb loose as well. So Hunter tasked with his first clutch of this game.
Oh, chipped up there as well, so they'll know that he has just crossed back over the smoke.
And found quickly. See, Yuri did not waste any time on that close from Banana. So great start from FURIA. You know, not only did they have that bonus AK, but they use it to good success.
Yeah, stubborn stuff over towards Sandbag, and the fact that they're so effective towards that position, that's the real bonus, right? That's the real bonus in that situation for the Brazilian side. You're going to see it here. K-Serato coming out to bodyguard his teammate of Drop, who is kind of the honeypot right there. They really want to get that kill. They know he's stranded towards Sandbag, but that sets K-Serato up for a couple of kills of his own. G2 already down to a very, very light force. Mac 10, Tech 9, 2 Deagles, and an AK in the hands of Hunter. Defensive utility deployed from G2 just to avoid any aggression. And speaking of aggression, Alexi just gives his life up, looking for a faster play up mid, jumps on into the blinded Ard, and he gets the opening kill. So a really good opportunity for FURIA to level the playing field here with a number advantage.
Yeah, the outlook leak for G2 now, and they put all of their pennies into this one. It's one thing to stomach the disadvantage of weapons, but the disadvantage of men as well.
And the Sandbag again, right? So they're staying a forward position on Banana here. They don't have any mid control. Right? That's the only part of information that FURIA don't have in their favor. But G2 are quite slow here.
Yeah, I think the loss of Alexi's taken the wind out of their sails. We saw the power that Rez was having when he would crawl up short, establish some control on quad side. Now the smoke will deny safe, and that pulls more utility out of our defenders. FURIA still have that advantage, and time only exacerbating things. m0NESY's got all this util, so he will be the one to re-smoke, and I guess it's going to have to be this A commit. They've got this 3-man stack here for the defense. Nico to poke and prod long. Art forced off. Nico's D good, and Hunter's better. Catches Yuri. Will they clear Art? Hiding in plain sight. A hard clear. m0NESY does reveal the information. Nico's missed his shot, but there's no more bullets. Art trying to finish.
Oh
Nico
God.
just about gets back into the side. Jack should have him. Can't believe he lived as long as he did. But that was the round really up for debate there. Nico getting away. G2 bomb down, but still K-Serato and Drop from either side. The extremities, they come to close, and it's a good find from Jax. He wins his duel. Rifle v SMG. But G2 prevail.
That is crazy. What a round to pull off right there. And you think that that kill on Nico should have come through. That would have facilitated a real opportunity to get into this round. But all for naught, as G2 are going to snatch one away here. A massive round to pick up. And that was with Alexi giving over his life within the first 15 seconds of the round. So a 4v5 number disadvantage converted from G2 here. Massive stuff. Hunter with 2. 1 for Nico and Jax, and they get the round across the line. Drop save, sure, but that is going to put FURIA on notice early here on this CT side. That is brilliant. And that almost feels similar to the way Vertigo was played. Obviously, FURIA played it with a lot more aggression on the round that they won with Mac 10 here, but that is a scorch from Nico. And this one here, you think that Art is going to get another kill from that pit position, just cannot confirm it. And they will force, of course. Yuri, K-Serato, and Safe have actually kept a little bit, so I guess it's not really a force, is it?
Oh, very hard shot to hit. Safe was just looking for an answer. A little glimpse down mid. Catches hot lead instead. Alexi, oh, he's found Art. Trying something a little audacious, just charging straight through. Drop trying to level the odds. You can see K-Serato offering a little bit of a stepping stool. And he is up and over.
Fading.
Oh, spotted one. They will see it, maybe even eat the flash. Both tucked and blind. Yuri not ready for Jax on short, and so they should have the A site completely locked down. They can just leave one towards Banana, head that bomb over to what it looks and appears to be a very clear A site. the thing's shaping up as par for the course for this G2 response.
Yeah, this is it, right? We do have Ancient as the third waiting in the wings right here, and this is good. G2 have already found more success on this T side than it felt like Vertigo. They've had a couple more options for openings, and they're even hunting them down with the namesake of Hunter. Has taken away the CT spawn position and has his right-hand man of Jax not too far behind. Banana controlled theirs, and G2 know that they can rip this safe rifle away from drop, force to reinvest into the next with that loss bonus of 2,400 coming through. Keep FURIA in this limp position as far as the buys are concerned. You know that Art's going to have very, very little. And Safe's AWP is going to be a pipe dream. But look how methodical they're being about this. Jack's throwing across a flash to facilitate it. It's going to get piped through. Pushing, and there it is. Gun removed. Mission accomplished. Great stuff from Jax there. Really good work from G2 to clean house.
Yeah, that forces all 5 to reinvest. And they'll do their Kevlar best.
Yeah, that's not like the most exciting round, right? But in the scheme of the game here, it's actually big to take away that AK-47 because Drop now buys into a rifle and all he has alongside it is a smoke and an incendiary, right? So he's lacking flashes, lacking HE, and as a Banana player, you need them. Like flashes for peaks, HEs to soften them up, do that chip damage. So in response here, they are going to be setting 3 players over towards the B side of the map. Exchange of flames. Deep smoke.
Oh, he's trying again. Trying his luck. Oh, very brave.
Watch the A defenders over towards Hall, so the A attackers start to get a move on for space, because when you know there's Banana aggression, there's likely 3 players. So they can actually get a bit more pep in their step, not expecting an aggressive Hall's maneuver. So they've taken the territory, but FURIA, they've read that play. They've rotated 2 more members back over to defend this A bomb site, and they're going to fortify more. At least they thought about fortifying mid here. I'm going to call it off. Maybe a little bit worried about a Hall's pop to punish a play like this. They're taking their time. G2 could have used a little bit more of this on Vertigo. It's a gooey map to some people, I think.
Yeah.
Just Art with an MP9. Good luck.
Well-timed smoke. Just as they threw the half-wall flash, he's got himself another 20 seconds off the clock. Oh, back-turned. Jax is trying his luck here. Does manage to escape. And Safe reaggressing. So tucked into Boiler. That's going to be a very powerful position if they do try and challenge out mid. And they are. Here they come. G2 flooding now into the A site. Smoke's in the sky.
This is the bomb.
And from behind, Safe should have Modesty dead to rights here. Already down. Found. Takes down Nico. Bombs loose and they're running out of players. It's a big one from Yuri as well. Hunter can do nothing and G2 the same. What are you supposed to do? With 15 seconds left, the bomb short side. CTs already have done the dirty work, and so it will just be retrieval and survival, the name of the game. FURIA claw one back. And there is method to the madness. You know, we've seen the likes of Boomich, Art. There are some players that will be very stubborn in their aggressions towards Banana. And there is, though it can sometimes look a little foolish, there is a lot of rewards to be reaped should you pull off the maneuvers like that.
Yeah, they read the rotations quite well there. The only real chance for it to fall apart was when Safe pushed in towards Boiler. It cheated a second man back to help the B bomb site, assuming the mid was clear. It wasn't the case, but Safe's position was very powerful because they didn't consider it with how forward Hunter was in Hall. So that right there worked in the favor of FURIA when it looked like it probably wasn't going to. So recovered, and honestly, look at this pace, just jumping straight up. Wanted to consider a peek through the smoke here, but will be denied. Held back. Oh, Jax is not held back. That is a quick one. Safe. Getting a bit cheeky, and he's going to give up his life. Do they want to continue going forward here? G2 have been quite slow on the pace.
Yeah, but that is one completely unaccountable opening frag. Through the smoke, Jax just seems to be having one of those games.
The thing is, they're taking too long. FURIA have completely relinquished control of the B bomb site and have rotated everybody over towards A. If they take a gamble, fortify the site, they'll be here in time, and G2 are going to run into the stack here.
Yeah, Hunter might have confirmed a little bit of that with K Serato spotted out on site. You'd think your B player, Nico, could take a little bit of space, get some answers for them, holding...
Saw something, I think.
Yeah, Jax knows. He has the incendiary as well. But Alexi still gets dunked. Off the boost, 2 long side, they scream and squeal. B still wide open. Nico now starting to activate. Want to see. Needs this, gets it, and survives the questions asked of him by Art. Nico still yet to progress too far with the smoke on B side. That might force more rotates.
The pull flash is quite telling. And the fact that nobody picked behind it right there, Nico might have a good idea that it was one player scrambling to get back towards B. They do have another smoke on Monaseed right now that they can deploy towards spawn and make their way into the site. It is just Drop, the only defender of this B bomb site here with 19 seconds left. He can get this done.
Drop to disrupt, flashed off, hard clears for G2, and it's Jax, his first victim. 10 seconds, Nico has to find it. Drop, he could be doing it all for FURIA, all alone on the side, takes down Monaseed, and that's a Drop shutdown. Pulls it out of absolutely nowhere. It was only him, the whole squad coming his way, and he stands his ground for the squad, smiles ear to ear as the gap, it's just a one-round deficit now.
That was massive. That was absolutely huge right there from Drop. The conversation, right, was the disparity between the B defenders, right? Drop is going to have to deal with Nico a lot there, and he deals with the entire team. Drop, that is huge. Absolutely massive to get FURIA their third round to play. I want to watch this one again.
Couple of goosebumps, Chad. You know that you just haven't been in scenarios like that before if you Drop with this much at stake. And to get the first, the second onto Nico, and this third onto flying AWP. Bang! Oh, and Hunter already knew that he was on a heater, sitting on a heater, and there you go. You can see that a calm response. FURIA have been given a gift there by Drop.
Yeah, I think with that one onto Monaseed, redefining a drop shot. Good stuff. As it will just be pistols for G2 now. They are really stinging.
Oh my lord, where did G2's health just go? The utility, the barrage of bullets and nades, they've got nothing left. Shadows of their former selves with his half bite. It is just a bit of Tech9 magic, a bit of Desert Eagle on Nico. He is hanging out on the logs, and 3 people looking for his life.
Big problems right now. I don't know if Xtaz is... Always got to respect the Nico Deagle, you never know. But I don't know if Xtaz is identifying what's happening right now because they're taking too long in the mid-round. G2 have the advantages, but they're waiting way too long, and that's allowing FURIA to rotate back into position and get one step ahead when they shouldn't be. G2 with an opening, they take too long. G2 with space, they take too long. And right now, they're the ones who are getting dictated to in the mid-round by these reactions of FURIA. I'm not sure what they're expecting to happen because they're not caging the re-aggressors. They're actually getting beaten by the re-aggressors. So this is an issue right now that G2 will need to address. Deep mid-smoke to be deployed.
Might see the run boost peak.
Oh, did they miss it? It looks like they have.
Okay, well, that'll cancel all of that.
Yeah, that's going to waste a smoke as well. So that's 20 seconds that would have bought of mid-pressure. The util down mid will at least make up for it.
Guys on the desk were talking about just how comfortable Nico and G2 will be here on Inferno. But second-guessing themselves a little bit.
Well, remember the magic number that Yakinda gave us, 6. Only 2 off that pace are G2, so problems maybe not existing just yet, but if FURIA continue to put round and round on the board, then we can start to have that conversation.
Nice util set from K-Serato. A safe way for the retake util. Forces a smoke out of the T, so they will be kept guessing unless they can jiggle the corner. No one willing to do so. The flash forces them into a more defensive stance. Safe, established control with Yuri. They have a 2-man setup in apps that now they seem to be thinking better of.
But look at this again. FURIA are rotating an extra man over. They always seem to have the right players in the right place, and when they don't, somebody steps up. Heart's about to flash here, Alex.
Nico needs to be careful. Here comes the flash. Here come the frags. Again, even trades. Art's still there, though, and makes it clear with the smoke. He doesn't want them to overcommit, and they are trying to perhaps disrespect this.
Gaps either way here.
Oh no, Art's going to still hold the line. Hunter's not ready for that, not expecting Vision to be there, and Monaseed's under a lot of scrutiny. He's so low, Jack's jumping for survival. Art 10 HP, Monaseed the same, Nade might find him. Safe. 20 HP, admittedly it's low, and a fake no less, despite the
They have to plan before the smokes fade. He has to get it down.
Oh, he's cancelled it again. He's second-guessing himself. The smoke will fade CT. Oh, he's allowed to get away. Safe second guesses himself now. Everyone's nervous. So much at stake. Such low HP. Jax and Monaseed trying to pull one out of the hat. And Art's having none of it. 3 to peek at the same time. And that's as easy as it gets for FURIA. Well played. Keeping a calm head on their shoulders. They will manage to take the lead here on the CT side. And a gap in the CT, you can see that there are things that are flustered. This is not that's not something you'd expect out of G2.
I think gaps went both ways. Art's defensive smoke top banana was under pressure as well as Jax's towards spawn, so both of them had a gap, which actually worked against G2 because they pushed through Art smoke not knowing this one existed, and as soon as Hunter goes down, they're flustered, they're trying to spam on through, and Art finding impact when he gets the AWP in the hands as well. So Art not only flashed his teammates forward for the exchange of trades, he mopped up the mess there that could have occurred over towards the B site.
Can you smell it, Chad? It's an Alexi B apps pop.
Yeah, you might be right here. Lots of players quickly over towards second mid, and don't worry about second mid. They pull off the strat this time around. The deep mid smoke with the gap is a safe opener, and they're coming through.
Yeah, they're going to have to just run. Look at them, just leaping to their demise. The entire squad meets Art them 4. He's not done yet. He'll grab himself a Mac 10 to finish the job. 3 kills for Art.
He's going to jump through with the knife when he identifies where Nico is. Let's see how devilish Art wants to be right now. He has already caused a couple of issues.
Nico would not be laughing this time, though. Not at all. And it is that Nico Deagle. Armored and intimidating. Hello. First of 5. No bomb. Nico, though, not interested in the jive. He's actually just backing away.
I think he's hoping for a reaggress here. The bomb is down top mid, and he will have to go for this, right? He is going to have to try and make another kill or two. So just trying to find a reposition for a new angle in case there's a push down banana. Because now that his position's given up, he is very worried that they just start screeching in and locking him in. But they're just playing the bomb. You can see the position of drop is worrying about CT spawn. He's got the speedway position covered off. This is well highlighted here. So even if Nico was to do an around-the-world maneuver, he would be covered. So he is just going to have to work his way back up. And this is the thing. You will have to jiggle out a shot of safe or just hit a screamer. And denied by Yuto is going to have to push right now.
Yeah, his options have become all but naught. Loud into the apartments. 5 rifles holding the bomb you need. And he definitely would like to die. Would like to take a couple more heads with him. Staring at him and collect it. So, well, they will find 5 consecutive.
It's really good for FURIA right now. Look at the cash. Look how much money they have to splash. So even if they lose a round, there's enough for an extra buy. Highlighted here is that round streak on the board. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 all confirmed, and only 1 plant in those 5 rounds. And we had that conversation with G2 over on Vertigo, right? The tail end of that half, not getting into the sites, not getting the bomb down. It meant that they weren't able to always have the AKs out. I'm surprised not to see a timeout. Well, there it is. A conversation needs to be had because it's probably the time to look. This is the T half in a CT meta, and we've seen teams so far throughout this event take 3 timeouts in the first half just to make sure they get a lot of T rounds. You'd want to do the same. You'd want to confer with Xtaz right here. You have somebody who can offer up solutions in a scenario like this. Use them.
Yeah.
Right? When you get onto the CT side, that's where the individuals of G2, it doesn't become a question anymore if you can lock down your position. This is where you might need a little bit of advice on how you want to close or maybe even open some of these rounds. They've been able to find the odd opening pick, but it's what they've done in the mid rounds here. They just try to pace change on the pistols and were denied, so probably doubting that pace is the answer here.
Look how suffocating this initial CT utility is. You've got questions asked of mid. You've just been conditioned with an AWP peek and frag onto Alexi B with the previous. That they can be occupied. So deep smokes. It does look like they've found answers relatively quickly, but this is off the back of a G2 timeout. Let's see if we can kind of work out as to what the change-up may be.
Hunter's going to walk into 2 of them here.
Yeah, it's actually a very, very hard duel to win without support. And there's no such thing, so Hunter baits the shot and will go down. Yeah, our observers assumed the same. Just took a little longer from Yuri. Up long, though,
Good
with
space.
2 smokes. If Case are after... Oh, goes down. While Flash Jax pulls the trigger.
Back to B. That would be the call. They've just completely relinquished control of the site again. This could be G2 figuring out the mid-round. Nico taking a few more liberties here, taking some space. This is great. Nico needs to make a play like this, and he's going to confirm site clear. The fact that nobody is picking this angle means nobody is home. Come on in, boys. B is all ours.
Yeah, and the rotate from drop, you can see he's going to throw some util, starts to maneuver back. And the smoke... The sound, the headshot from Nico should signal a sight for G2. But oh no, the bomb! It's wide open and it's in the scope of Art. They have to use util. What? A molly won't do it. They don't have a smoke. The death of Monacy. Nico's found it. A recovery, a resuscitation for G2. It nearly got very, very awkward. But I think they've done enough now. Alexi's off angle, good for the frag onto safe. Yuri just to save the AWP, but my god, I didn't know what to make of that.
Yeah, it got dicey for a second there, didn't it? That actual smoke that came out from drop could have helped them because they could have jumped up and over, but I don't think they're expecting the AWP to be in that position. So the fact that it is the bomb that gets tussled forward in that exchange, it did become slightly problematic. But Nico with a bit more heads-up maneuver here to punish these over-rotates. So that timeout, clearly they've identified that every time we knock on the door of one of these sites, there's too many bodies, right? This doesn't make sense. How are they reading us like this every single time without info? And Nico has confirmed they don't have the info. They're making reads just off of what we're throwing their way. So if they can continue to try and play FURIA in these mid-rounds, they might be able to catch on up to FURIA here, who now just have a one-round lead. They have saved that AWP, and it has been tossed across to Ard, and we might see double AWPs brought on out again, as Safe has equipped one as well. So the slow approach of G2 could be really punished by these AWPs, and what that will allow as well for FURIA is to hold on to their utility for a little bit longer. They don't have to deploy as much early if the AWPs post up on lines aggressively here.
These are seasoned vets, though. Likely a conversation to be aware and wary that there could be a second Zoom banger in play.
So many flames. I think that's 3 or 4 Molotovs used in Banana right there. Nico will get the space. Does cop a nade for his troubles, down to 45. Unconfirmed damages. They do leave Art posted with that AWP to cheat over a 4th man towards A. So they've got full mid control. This is the info that FURIA looking to retain. And G2 are taking their time.
Not as much of a threat for Hunter this time in the apartments. Be allowed to stretch his legs.
I'd just be so scared of going towards A. Like, Yuri in pit is an absolute beast. This guy lights up the scoreboard every time they come his way. Alexi, the util king, tasked with deploying multiple smokes, one over towards the long side to try and bait out a response, and it has drawn them forward. There's 4 of them here, Alex. I don't know how G2 break through.
Seems like the double pump is coming. They just smoked library twice. Now they're coming through, testing Yuri. He's good in this position, though. It's going to be hard to force him out. Smoke does enough, does its job, keeps him safe from the flames. Nico losing out on Keserato, and they just jump straight into the stack. Only Hunter remains. No time, no frags. And that's a FURIA shutout.
I got a bit of a grimace on my face. That's G2 just executing into a site with absolutely no information. None. They had no idea what the CT setup looked like whatsoever, right? They had no idea what was going on Banana. The only piece of information they had was that Art extinguished a Molotov that was thrown towards Sandbag, which would make you believe that they have Banana control, which would make you believe that they have some information. And they've just pushed on in bleak fashion into the jaws of FURIA here. 7, looking tidy now. Second timeout call for G2. Last time they took one, they were able to profit. Let's see if they can do the same.
And it's not even like you can just throw an AWP in Monasty's hands and say, go find a peek. You saw him maybe once flirting with an aggressive opener up mid, immediately met by smokes and solid protocols out of FURIA. This is crunch time, though. Map 2 of a 2-2 affair. Winner stays on and secures the playoffs of the Major here in 2022. Live from Antwerp. We'll be going to the Sport Palais. It's actually just around the corner now. Last few teams to be eliminated and secure their spots respectively. And here's the contest of Banana. Alexi with this close half-wall smoke. You can see the responses, nades and flames. He's burnt down. Heavy damage inflicted. Unconfirmed. But Alexi's taken matters into his own hands, and that nade has got his name sharpied all over it.
Even a spam through the wall of the AWP could be destined for Alexi's body right now, and I think he knows better to hang around. I just pivoted on back passively, but G2, it's curious with this pace. They're not threatening anywhere on the map. Like, FURIA aren't under pressure. It means that they can hold on to the util. They're not worried about anything. All of these rounds have felt relatively late. Remember, G2, one of the rounds they were able to pick up was that lighter buy where they were able to scale onto the A site with a couple of really nice shots. So far with these approaches without information, I think they're hoping that FURIA over-rotate. He's going to, Molly's coming his way, will extinguish.
Yeah, but he's surely got one here. No, denied. An opening kill found for G2, but that time you keep talking about, they are really hoping that they'll be able to pull off the commit late. They want info, and Nico's going to be positioned for it. An easy collection. Art takes down Nico. They're coming A. Thick and fast. The rotate's on its way. You can see Keserato already scarpering with tightened shoelaces. He will make it in time. And Yuri's still in his pit. He's been a problem for them. Rapping alongside now. Keserato choosing the right moment to spray. Safe already takes down one. The G2 are running out of players. Safe lines up 2 on the AWP. And there's just only one. It's Monacy. Doesn't have the time, doesn't have the help. Safe with a 3-piece. And we see 8 for FURIA. G2 are running out of chances to increase that total. 5 is all they have to boast from this T side. And yeah, some real problems. That's 2 timeouts with nothing to show for it.
This is feeling just really easy for FURIA right now. That was the opening kill. They were able to find drop, but it's calm, right? They don't feel too pressured. They don't feel out of position. The pit player has all the time in the world. The AWP getting all the kills. He's not blind. Safe's just able to operate from the site. Keserato didn't even feel the need to push through. Just some pistols here for G2. Let's see if they can replicate that success. But FURIA, they've already got that first map. All they need to do is pick up Inferno right here to send G2 packing.
Crazy. Absolute craziness. Alexi, heavily wounded. And Drop ready to try and win this round just through a spray down. Tagged up a little. That might humble them. 2 members susceptible to a Tech-9 to their head. Thinking better of it.
They have 2 smokes and 2 HEs, so maybe trying to deploy the HEs to deal with an AWPer. But it's a bit more of an odd angle assumed by Keserato here. They'll be denied at the half wall again, and there's just nothing threatening from G2. They have Hunter aggressive up in towards apps, sure, but there's 2 players burrowed down over towards pit and balcony, and yeah, Hunter doesn't want anything to do with that side of the map here, and now turning their attention, there's 3 players on B to deal with this.
Art's already doing what Art does best. He actually gets away with murder. Keserato doesn't have to really think as he pulls the trigger onto Monacy.
40 seconds, 3v5 situation. Hunter's back now to throw this HE. That one's not bad, is it? Alexi does take down Drop, but there's still 2 players.
And it's telegraphed.
They need this. I know it's only pistols here, but this would be one way to fire them back up.
Yeah, you've got to get through that Keserato warp. Art with such low HP, if he could find anything more, that would be impressive. Jax does hit the shot. Oh, Hunter runs into the screen of Keserato, and a quick 1-tap to the dome puts us into a competitive round.
There's enough money for FURIA to buy into the next. Yuri and Safe, they could go for this. They can try and win this 2-on-3 retake of the B bomb site here. They've got kits, they've got nades.
Yeah, but Jax has an AWP. Safe from the flash and tracks 1. Safe at least. Nullifies the AWPing presence, and he's going to give it a good go here. He's threatening. Safe isn't going to clear his corners. And G2, you were talking about how much they needed that. The 6th has been found. And again, the answer seems to be with these lighter pistols, they have a little bit more pace behind them.
That's crazy that they're able to pull that round of their ass right there.
What?
That nade from Alexi as well. Very, very lucky for that one to land. You can see it getting lobbed out here. Great little highlight of it landing on Drop. And this drive-by from Hunter is huge. Keserato pants in that position. And there's the magic number of 6. Yakinder, our special guest on the desk, said D2 needs 6 on this T-half. Well, they've been able to pick that up. 7 would be a luxury afforded. No double AWPs available here for FURIA. The Brazilians feeling the heat now against these lighter buys, but the guns are back out. And this is where they don't seem to have a problem whatsoever.
Yeah, Drop this time versus Nico, and he has bested him. An important one to post. FURIA capable of recovery. That's no question. They've pretty consistently had their finger on the pulse of these stacks, putting their CT pieces in the right place. G2 unable to really pull them around the map and save. Ooh, warded off by the flash.
Oh, I think he heard the boost. There was a lot of talking from Jax there, and Hunter spams Yuri down. Good info coming through for G2 now. 3-on-5 situation to close this one down, and just a 1-round lead is all FURIA will have going into the second half.
Hunter might have them both here if he does choose to advance on balcony. Oh, Keserato's barrel. Up, and he will go down to Hunter. A big frag to confirm. The G2 could be ending on a high here. It's only Safe on the A side. Looks like that's where they're going to be heading. And Jax is okay for the duel on the orb. Okay, a tap from Nico. G2 find themselves in the final round of the T side of a must-win map, Inferno. If they want to extend play, if they want to keep the dreams of the playoffs alive, they need this map, and a CT pistol certainly wouldn't go awry.
Yeah, all right. Well, they've recovered that one there. It didn't look great, did it? I think the fact they're able to pull out 2 of those lighter buys, as well as the pistol with the conversion, is huge for G2. Means the world right here. Because as far as the gun rounds go, FURIA got the better of them time and time again. But it doesn't matter how you get to 7, just as long as you get there. And now they just need to get to the magic number of 16 on the defensive side right now. Some good shooting to close out the half. Starting to feel a little bit more confident in other individuals on G2. 14 kills for Jax. He's having a game. 10 for Nico, 7 for Hunter, 6 for Monacy, and 4 for Alexi B. On the other side of things, Art with 11, 10 for Drop, and 9 apiece for the other 3. And this is where the tune might change. FURIA, they'd love to get a pistol of their own right here. Big chunky utility, couple smokes, couple flashes of molly as they do have a bit of pep in their step towards Banana.
Oh, it's so aggressive. Monacy. Oh, deleted. Only Nico now trying to tap ahead. They're too evasive, and Safe gets it. Good nade perhaps to Chip. No, evaded nicely. See, Art only takes a little bit of damage, and all onto Exy now as they leap in. And that P2K gets nothing done. These Safe pistol rounds, again with multi-kill for him. First Vertigo, and now FURIA ready to go. 4 on 2. Horrible scenario for Jax and Hunter to overcome a Julie and a USP. FURIA have done a lot of the hard work already. Jax trying his luck. He'll try and peek in unison.
Gotta go quicker here. Gotta go quicker.
Impossible, yeah. They'll get their util out, but there's just no problem. No time. Jax does hit another cracker. Hunter with another, but the time is on Art's side. Just has to dance around the pillar. And sure, you've killed everyone, but Hunter has to retreat with his head held low as FURIA go up to 9.
Okay, well, a couple of nice shots from Jax here. He continues to hit some really, really crispy ones right there on the USP. Up to 9, 1 away from double digits, and this is where some big questions have to be asked and answered from G2. Do they want to force bind a situation like this? Monacy steps on out to try and whir into action with those Julies, but he gets immediately deleted by Yuri there, and that's when Safe starts to do some of his best work. Really nice shots from Jax here as we just get a quick little highlight package of the pistol, but it's a little too late there for Hunter as they are going to force Monacy into the scout. 3 MP9s, a 5.7 up against a couple of rifles. There's a real aggression.
Yeah, there's so many bodies. This could go one of 2 ways. Safe with an AK still holds fast. And the T's kind of sent to second mid. This is a weird state of play now.
2 of them are very low. Okay, so Safe. Look how peppered up they are here. 19 and 3 points of health respectively.
I mean, that's essentially an AWP now for Monacy. If he can find the right opponents. Just more nimble, more dynamic. And G2 having a conversation of their own. You can see they actually rotate off. They're going to gamble.
You can understand it here because if they do gamble correctly, they should be able to mow down what is left of FURIA. But if it is the B site here, likely just see G2 save what they have. Jax is flirting with the idea, and Alexi's going to come across as well. So they're going to put a lot of pressure on the young gun of Monacy here. They're hoping that it won't be an Apps explode. And he's actually going to come on over towards B as well. So they were gambling one way, now the other.
It is just a full coin toss now, isn't it? A boost is great. It does seem like it might be the right choice.
You want to let them in here, though, because if you scare them away, they can run back to A. 35 seconds. There's still time for them to get shy.
Lots of utility. Monacy looking to find a safe spot to drop and ply his trade on the scout. Jax goes looking for answers and does tag up another. So the scout can do so much. More than that from Alexi. 2 out of the 5-7. 15 seconds. They're really heading back to A.
This is going to be close. I don't know if there was enough time for this. This is going to be very, very close here from Drop. I don't think he has enough time.
No, you're right, Chad. He's a second shy.
Does he get it in? Does he get it in? Pumps down, rounds on.
Wow. That could not have got any closer. But we play on. They do manage to get the bomb down. Now advantage changing hands. Safe's coming for Jax. An easy headshot, and G2 have fumbled. Rumbled by FURIA.
They're both low. Monacy can get this one done. The bomb halfway tick, but he will have to get a move on. If he wants to win this, he has to go fast. They're both in the site, and he's going to call it off. Time against G2 in multiple facets of a round like this. I cannot believe that Drop was able to get that bomb down.
what was it, 11 or 12 as he's leaving the mouth of Banana.
That is crazy.
He definitely...
That is crazy.
He's got his running shoes on.
I can't believe that he had time for that.
Nuts. As long as it still reads 4 as you click, it can go down.
Oh, any foot fault in that, right? If he like edged against the wall or didn't jump and start planting as shallow as he did on that site, that is crazy. Drop, bailing them out of a red face right there, setting them up with 10 rounds, just 6 away for FURIA now to lock themselves into that arena.
Oh, Chad. Chad. It might actually be starting to become a very, very cruel second half for G2. That was their second round force. They were putting all the pieces. They had close to a recovery from the early casualties, and then just a very fast rotation. I mean, really comes down to the minutiae there. I think that was probably half a second determining whether or not that was a G2 round, and FURIA managed to pull it off.
Well, they have this Galil round. Monacy's kept that. The Julie's now in the hands of Hunter. He's got a smoke. Well, let's make 5 smokes in total here. So G2, if they can block some of these choke points and allow this Galil of Monacy to work, then there is a chance to be threatening, but it doesn't look good. The buy around it is not great. Just 2 USPs, a 5-7, and a pair of Julies. Doesn't sound like a winning recipe. They've allowed the Galil to play over towards A. So what would be perfect right now for G2 is for Monacy to find a kill. Right? If he can find a kill and send them packing quickly over towards B, in towards the stack, that would be the best option. They've denied half wall at Banana, so that's going to send FURIA looking to see at least what's over towards A.
And the individual mechanics as well on display from Monacy. The fact he's managed to put himself here alone will send a very clear message that there could be more, should be more with him, and he's decided he's thought better of it. Times his smoke well with the arrival, but they will look for answers nonetheless.
They're even clearing where he was. Like, that's the first place that Art's looking here. Maybe aware of the trajectory of that smoke.
I think so.
Able to piece it together. And oh, we're sub 1 minute right now. They're posturing top mid. Monacy has to send them packing towards B. He needs to find something.
He knows that's his objective. Yuri has gone down. Monacy can tuck, and that's going to achieve exactly what they needed. With 30 seconds left, you don't want to smoke them off. They might have to go through it, but there's still someone on A. Art has gone through long. In the meantime, Keserato face-to-face with Alexi P. They may have run past him. They may have run past him completely. Jax with the USP, and now Alexi can snap on one head. Safe is gone. The boost still unchecked. The bomb committed. And it looks like G2 with a light buy have turned it on its head. Nothing for Drop to do this time around. Monacy delivers in the capacity needed of him.
Huge stuff from him. Announces that drop down after time. Hunter's pushing, going to find him through the boards. Massive stuff right there. $1,000 left over for Drop. And this young gun, this kid on your screen right here, all the pressure on his plate, just needed 1 kill, did exactly what he needed to do. And that's an in-game leader's dream. Back into the trap that Alexi had set. And 1 back for G2 now as they're able to draw it just to a 2-round gap. You have a plan like that. It's very rare it pays off in that fashion. Very, very rare that they're able to pull it off.
I mean, that, I don't want to say slate wiped clean, but you can see what it's done to FURIA. Like, immediate changing of hands of the momentum here of Inferno. G2 now fully equipped. I'm talking AKs on the CT side. Sure, Galil for Alexi B, but he's got funds. And that's a quick find. It's not the frag. Art might want to throw the AK to someone healthier. Because Safe just caught some heavy nade damage as well.
Yeah, it might not be anyone healthier soon because there's more Banana aggression behind this. They've smoked off the half wall. Nico's going to push further forward. I think he's going to spam on through. Yuri gone immediately.
That was one of the healthy ones. Armored and healthy, not anymore.
Here's some more bullets.
Okay. Nico keep going to rinse and repeat. It's working. On the way through into Nico. 3k out of him. More to come, more to follow, I think. Keserato, you can see they're asking him to do it with a disadvantage. No armor for him, but better of the two.
Yeah, it might be the ace here for Nico. I think he's going to stay postured forward here. The fact that the bomb line's at his feet, they can rotate across, and he's going to spam even more shots through. So this is Nico looking to get all the damage done. This round is concluded because look at the push behind. There's no way out of Banana right now.
And the ace looking likely. Nico will add 1 to the tally. 5 for Nico. Shuts him down, farms some frags, and a little bit of confidence as well. I mean, it definitely is warning signs when you take a look at the scoreboard and Jax is at the top. Nico, obviously a likely candidate. Monacy, Hunter, trailing.
This isn't necessarily the flashiest of aces, right? Because of just how the fashion of these kills coming on through the smoke and then running on through desperately here and all one at a time. It's not the type of ace that you get yourself a little frag movie made about, but it is a huge round because look, FURIA force bought in and now they're just down to pistols here. They have a flash to work with and that's it. So hoping to get some traction here up mid. Hunter's hearing a lot. He might get an eco ace of his own.
Yeah, it's his turn. And there's so many bodies. Sprays down 3 before he's finally silenced. An AK short-lived in Keisarato's hands. It's taken away. Jax to finish and drop, denies. You've already had a magical moment, drop. Two magical moments. The defense of B, of course, as well as his charge with the bomb. And I mean, objective here. If anyone does give him a way into this A site, goes looking for answers as he cuts noise. We'll see how restrained this G2 setup is. It's Nico and Monacy responsible, and they're going to play it conservative and safe.
In this type of a situation, you don't want to give over any more kills either. It's on the CT side. You want to start building a bank here. So just play for some info. As soon as you spot him, allow your teammates to come on over so you can wombo combo and close out the kill. The last thing you want to do is commit to a fight and die. If you give up a site, you give up the plant, you give him a way in, and sure, 25 HP, 40 seconds on the clock. It is seeming extremely unlikely, but any more damage that Drop can find here is great. They already have 2 kills in a full Glock round. The only thing I invested in was a $200 flashbang and got 2 kills out of it. That's pretty good efficiency.
I think what's also good is, you highlight the hero moments Drop has had, but safe on Virgo was at the top of the table. It's the fact that these boys, in the presence of the greatness that is Keisarato, Art, and Yuri, are pulling their weight. With so much at stake, he's going to save hold and keep hold of that AK-47.
Yeah, it makes sense. Like, he doesn't necessarily need the loss bonus because he can invest into the armor with the 2.5k he has residual now. Just, would love to see him get another kill or 2 because he's got some flashy aim to drop. He's up to 15 kills here. Keeps a couple of members of G2 humble, but we are going to tie things up at 10-10. Third timeout call for FURIA now. Discussion to be had about the approach into this next gun round because they know that the AWP is out for Monacy. They know that the buy is in full force for G2. And taking a look down the line here, Drop glances on over to the in-game leader, waiting for his marching orders. He's already invested completely behind this, but this was the mow down top mid from Hunter here. Easy stuff, right? Very easy stuff against these Glocks. It's everybody's favorite type of kills. But the game is about to heat up going forward. The head-to-head between Jax and Drop. 2 of the more supportive elements of both of these teams. And a bit of a spectrum there of the age range. Jax is one of these elder statesmen.
Yeah, but he's seemingly completely impervious to nerves.
Curious that Art has opted to buy in here with a MAC-10. It's not like he even had a great spawn to go fast up banana here. So let's see how he wants to wield this bad boy. There's no head armor on Jax or Hunter. The other 3 are equipped.
Orb heard. Monacy fires a shot down mid. Hunter with another glance. Nothing to report. They are into the apartments, and it seems that the FURIA squad are going to have some speed to this.
Jax is a little bit worried. The fact that he's dropping that incendiary that early, he feels pressured right now. So Jax is worried about something quick coming his way. And he should be worried. He's the only one right now over towards Pit. It's a bit of a gamble right now out of G2 that it could be a fast B. Hunter will be denied top mid control, so they need to get information back elsewhere. And as we say that, there's a flash over banana. Nico's just pushed forward. He's calling top banana clear. That will free up a rotation point if Monacy to get over, but might need to come quick. They're coming.
They're coming fast. Drops his smoke to play around. Jax calling for aid as best he can. The flashes are in. The frag is too. Need more. Hunter activates. Brings Drop down low, but the bomb is on A. They're just trying to play for the survival at this point. They've got 50 seconds. They might have to try and find a new way in. Top mid is all they have to boast, and G2 have had time to get all their pieces in order. A 4-1 division of defensive resources. Just the one sniffing out B is Nico. Monacy responsible for a lot here. He has the apartments, or had, past 10s, repositioning now. Lurk smoke. Jax still in pit, confirmed. No nades. It has to just be some incredible jewels here out of FURIA if they want to come through. Jiggled out. Nice find. Jax is doing so much work for G2 right now. 19 seconds. They have the bomb. And they have the shot. just like that, G2 have a spotless defense. Not a single point of damage inflicted by FURIA. Full investment was made, and G2 will take the lead.
And force FURIA back down to one of these situations where they might just have to half buy here. Lost bonus is going to be maxed on out at 3,400 into the next. But this is similar to what happened to G2. You know, I think that there was a little bit more pace behind FURIA, but they knock on the door and nobody answers. And when they get denied like that, it doesn't feel like there's a plan B. They put so much into just trying to hit that site. And as soon as they get stalled out, they can't move forward, they can't move back, they wait. And then those kills just come one at a time. Easy for G2 now. As Art goes for a hero AK, the rest into some pistols. Boosting on the half wall. Art's burning here and just going to go down to Nico. He's got the second onto Yuri there. That was flashy.
Yeah, maybe even accidental. Just knocked both of them down. And I guess the Mag 10 of the previous leads to a hero AK, which leads to naught for now. Still in play. Keserato has Kevlar to at least play it properly.
It just doesn't seem like they can get in, right? And I know that we're having similar conversations with G2, but for FURIA now, unless they can pull one of these light pistol rounds out of their ass, they're going to be in a lot of trouble. There's the first. There's the second.
Okay.
Keserato's in.
Keserato may have actually made a round out of this. Only m0NESY to get through. He hits the first, but the AK still in play. Keserato to be feared, but m0NESY laughing at him as he swaps over to the USP.
Oh, they didn't even have the bomb. They couldn't have gotten into the site and planted it anyway. Look at this. Safe having to go all the way back to T stairs. Might have found himself an avenue in towards the B bomb site. 50 seconds, and if he just was to beeline it in towards Banana, he could plant that bomb, and oh, he is just going to get to waltz on through. Nico's coming back to respond to this now. Not going to cut him off at the pass here if Safe decides to cross, and he will. Punch the digits in, my friend. Get yourself the cash bonus from planting the bomb. Art is going to be smiling ear to ear. That's a great plant with the max loss bonus. Extra cash to splash, and maybe now a 1-on-3 that he can play with his P250. This would be the type of round that Safe could be remembered for.
Oh, yeah. I mean, this would be something absolutely out of the realms of possibility. Just a pistol. 3 of them closing in. Nico spots him out, confirms his position, takes the first head as Alexi keeps G2 safe. From safe, appropriately. 12, though, for G2. A bomb plant, you're right, licking his lips. You can see that that is going to put them flush for cash. No dreamier setup than a 6K in the bank account.
Yeah, and Art for more ways than one, because he went for a hero AK there. If they didn't plant, he wouldn't have had a buy, which would be an AK into this round. He's actually going to go with the Galil instead of the AK, and m0NESY made sure this didn't get out of control, right? Because if he went down in this situation, even though they didn't have the bomb, G2 had massive problems. And just as we were talking about the fact that FURIA didn't seem like they could get into rounds in the same way that G2 did, Keserato pulls off that to remind us who he is. 4 rounds now for G2 to level things up in the 1-1 column.
Yeah, 3 lean B early. Let's see how FURIA handle this. You can see the war of attrition that Banana typically is. Smokes, extinguished, fights, and whoa, Nico does catch Art in the middle of the air, but that's not going to stop Keserato. In fact, he wants to go forward on this, and he'll take them both down! Flattens the B defense. May not be expecting Hunter, and he isn't. The trigger discipline. I can't believe he's doing this. He's let Keserato go. He's let him go. They assume it's clear in denial of the bomb with a single tap to the side of their head. Hunter has to do a lot more. Links over to Emo. Knows one went construction. Both arriving. Banana, his teammate Will late too. Molotov, but he still missed his shot, so now a 1 versus 3 established and Jax is called upon. Took a heavy lick there, 60 damage dealt. Recovers a nice belt of util. Kit included. Thinking it through now. Well, Molotov to isolate. Reposition from Keserato. Smoke denies him again. It's Yuri versus Jax first. Loud about his cross. Makes no secret of this. Trying to keep them guessing, and Yuri strikes for the headshot. Hunter trying something rather naughty. Doesn't manage to pay off.
What a massive round from Keserato. Back to back with the AK-47 just blowing off heads, and this one was huge. That was absolutely massive. The 2 defenders here, they thought they'd already dealt with the aggression, but Keserato comes through, takes down Nico and Alexi, and then they push on through and deal with Hunter. Sure, he's the sleeper cell. They weren't expecting him there, but they deal with him all the same. And FURIA are back in play.
Big problems. If Keserato's hitting shots like that, let's not forget he's done it twice now. Up mid, up B, m0NESY not having any of the funny business. Art down before he can even get to the mouth of Banana. And Hunter, seemingly a bit aggressive, places the flames, here's the burn, extinguishes well, so lots of bodies charging into Jax. He's dropped his smoke and already sprays, but does not find the frag. Big from Honesty, should go down. This is the flank out of Hunter, needs both. It's only dropped now on 28. G2 have handled it. Drop another opportunity. Knows where Alexi's coming from, and a Molotov puts him up and over. From the apartments, Nico will arrive. And he's ready. Sigh of relief if they'd have strung together too there, Chad. That could have marked FURIA coming back here on that T side, but G2 wrestling for it. It was an 8-7 half.
It looks really tense over there. You can see Jackson Modesty getting fired on up, but everybody else keeping a bit of a stone face. And you can understand why, right? One map away from elimination right now, and this map is not done. This map is not done. FURIA, round after round, are looking more threatening. That response, as soon as they identified the AWP was over towards Banana, they put pressure on A. They put pressure on Jax. He goes down towards Pit, and that position that you're playing as a safety net, as an anchor, normally you delay or you get a kill. He didn't get either. He got absolutely obliterated from Yuri there. Very fortunate they were able to mop up in the chaos. G2 responded to that quickly, but the buy is back. FURIA planted again, and there's still a problem to be dealt with right now as the Brazilians are coming. This Banana onslaught.
It's just another duel. Like, it's straight up, like Serato testing his aim up against some of the best in the world. And he passed that test before. Monacy again in the feed early. This time it's Yuri and Boiler. Tucked in tight. And they're going to try and disrespect the smoke. Alexi, he was right to spray. Sends them back with nade and bullets alike. He's chipped away 2 of them.
Looked like more damage there, didn't it? Well, Hunter, by taking control of this window room, calls it clear. They know it's B. They can rotate a third man over. Monacy with the AWP, but is he here in time? Oh,
Nico's going to throw the divider smoke. Alexi lives at the back of the site as well. It's Art to come clearing. Shadow does go down. Only 3 for FURIA. G2 in hot pursuit of 14. And from behind, Hunter's there as well. Another flank out of him. Got 2 before, just 2 again. And Serato is the last victim. So 14. G2 not ready to sigh and have some relief of taking it to Ancient. That is our 3rd map should we require it. I imagine that could be a real barn burner. And 3.6k on the high end doesn't bode well for FURIA to have the most threatening of presences into our next round of play. Round 26, folks. We've got a single rifle to be celebrated, and it's on none other than Serato.
Yeah, they have gone very heavy into this buy here. Right, there's still a Galil as well and Yuri and a MAC-10, so this is probably where FURIA can pull something out of the bag. Coming. They've gone for the extinguish. They're coming for the fight. Nico flash forward, looking for action and gets one and traded immediately here, but is the play going to stall out? Look at the push coming on through.
There's 2 here. He's just going to go down. Yuri shuts down Hunter's immediate reactivation. He just charges out of the abs. Concerned for a quick commit. With the loss of Nico, didn't feel like he could trust Alexi to hold. And so now it's time for rotates, it's time for gambles and looking for answers. High flash, you can see Monacy was convinced it's the full commit.
Yeah, they're sketched out all across the map here. G2 do not know what is happening right now. They have absolutely no idea where the FURIA members reside. The bomb is in Banana, but look how spread out they are. They're actually using the clock in their favor. Normally, FURIA opening kill and they get the move on. This time, smoke and mirrors, the smoke's deployed towards A, Moto smoke, long smoke. That is going to force this player of Monacy to play ahead in towards the site and has drawn the full rotation away from B. The number advantage working wonders right now for FURIA.
Alexi's been told, stay there, stay put. And safe is across.
Spotted the bomb, the rotation can come over now.
He needs to get into the site. Construction, priority number 1. Monacy for the retake as well. It's an orb, not ideal. 3 have full Banana. There's no flank this time. We've still got Jax on A.
A lot of utility here. If he smokes off Banana, I know they don't know how many players in the site, but it would be perfect if they could try to isolate the fight on towards safe here. But as time is trickling on down, it looks like they're calling the save. G2 don't want anything to do with this. And all that took was the Hunter push, getting punished by Yuri's Galil, and it's a round back for FURIA. G2, that you can see how skittish they are, how under pressure they feel. The fact that they're willing to push at a moment's notice. Alexi B will get a kill. He will get away. But that almost feels like a bit of a freebie for FURIA there. Didn't have to work very hard for that one at all. Well played in the mid-round. Find the gap, thread the needle, plant the bomb, get it done. And this one not done yet.
It's not a necessity to contest for that early fight in Banana, is it?
Not in that same fashion here, but Nico has been having a lot of success. We've been seeing him dealing with the half-wall boost when they flash forward, traditionally finding that first fight. So you can understand why he's confident to go for it there, but even with that, it's the push from Hunter. Now, I guess they're feeling a lot of pressure on B. You're not going to put all of it on him. He's trying to respond to that early death, but there wasn't a whole lot behind it. It was just loss of one player. Hunter takes a risk, gets caught out of position and goes down. And that's great that FURIA can punish a risk like that. They are keeping the pressure up, and that has been name of the game for FURIA throughout. Pressure. Still a little bit of leftover cash here for G2 if they do lose this one, right? 8.8 on Alexi, 4.4 for Monacy. So there should be enough for another buy, but FURIA edging ever closer here. And both of these teams in Stockholm, they were in the playoffs, but G2, they were in the grand final. They lost to Na'Vi. FURIA went out in the quarters. One of these teams will not be showing face again on the stage.
G2 have been chasing greatness. As an organization, they were unhappy with being seen as a top 8 contender.
And there was a lot of teams that changed roster to try and hunt down Na'Vi and just how potent they were. And some of them, they have landed on their ass. A few teams who made those roster changes are not going to be in the playoffs, and G2 might become one of those names.
More passive start for the B defense pairing. For some South Americans up mid, have brackets, some utility to be thrown down. Jax has already dropped his smoke and see very limited options in the utility department of FURIA.
Oh, I like that. That's going to keep them caged towards top mid. So a defensive long smoke and a defensive CT smoke to play around here. Interesting. The bomb is in Banana right now. If the mid to B was considered, there will be an avenue of assault available for FURIA.
Good timing on the incendiary as well. So they're going to have about 30 seconds, and they are actually wrapping through CT. Who's going to address this? It's actually Alexi B's job. Needs this duel, gets it, but goes down. And now they can pincer in. Only Monacy. So much pressure. 4 barreling towards his location. Smoked off, a hard shot. He's running out of options now as the flames fill the floor. He's gone down, and it should be a safe plant. There's only 2 remaining from G2. Well, this will become a 1-round game. Hunter and Jax for the retake. Incendiary would be perfect on to drop. And it looks like they're not even going to give it a look. And only $400 in the pocket from Hunter. But the B site, again, is a recipe for success. FURIA up to 13. And I cannot stress enough that the pressure, we've seen it embodied in the gameplay. It is exclusively on one side of the court. It is G2 who are feeling under the pump. And the pressure, the reality, that if that reads 16 to FURIA, their adventures at the Antwerp Major end in the group stage.
It's looking good now in the late stages of this for the FURIA gun rounds. Right, that's the key here. The fact that in the mid rounds, they're looking comfortable with the calls. Right? They're looking like they're out-positioning and out-rotating that of G2, and that's the same thing they did on their CT side. Remember, they were one step ahead. The rounds that put FURIA in the hole was the lighter purchases with a couple of zingers of shots that came out of G2 here. And this is the thing, when they're taking the heads-up duels early and they're winning them in Banana, they're converting those rounds. But when they're not converting those frags, you can see them in a bit of hot water here. This was a completely different look coming out of FURIA. They didn't concede a death until the late stages. They even found the gap of the mid to B. So they completely know how to stifle what G2 are throwing their way. Monacy was even in the right position, but the flames at his feet late, it put him under pressure, and if he hit a second, they would have considered that retake. But speaking of retakes, G2 can't keep saving. Look at the scoreline. Round number 28. There's no more room for saves. They are going to have to start going for some of these rounds, or the game will just fall through their fingers and they wouldn't have given it a crack. They wouldn't have even tried to be competitive.
Audible step. Some heavy boots in the FURIA arsenal. It's drop. Flirting with Boiler. Now he is not alone. And Smoke's now going to isolate. Honestly, just stares at it, stares right into the sun. And he's already good for the first. Gone. Boost dismounted by drop, and now we'll continue to see the pressure rise. Nico tries to relieve some of it as they clear out abs. He still has long, and B is the option. Alexi, why is he going forward on this? He needs to catch him by surprise on the fade. He does profit. Just getting around the corner as well. We'll play for this rotate. The flash is going to be good. Safe blind. And it's Nico to provide. Yuri in this clutch. Locked in, and deleted. It's Jax that's trying to keep this squad, who are so fragile, feeling so vulnerable to FURIA and their pace. But only one round is all they require, and it's just ancient best of one. The pressure embodied by the facial expressions. You can see the last time out called. This is FURIA thinking it through. Yuri as well, already visualizing that third map, which could be required.
This is the crazy thing, right? The third map, FURIA decided to take it to Ancient. They had the last ban, right? They were the ones who opted to go to the battlefield of Ancient here, which means that G2 get the start on the CT side. They get the start on the more potent side of Ancient. We know how strong some teams can be. You get the pistol, you get the first gun round conversion, you can start to slather on the rounds. And if G2 can get some momentum going in their favor on the CT side of Ancient, they can look to shut out FURIA here, who have battled hard. Another close map, a 15-13 scoreline right now. FURIA aren't done, and guess what? Art has bought into an AWP here, so let's see if he can be the can opener right now for the Brazilian side.
Let's see where he takes it. I'm very intrigued if they want to just keep pressuring and punishing this B play. Nico and Alexi have been this pairing. Hunter will actually look to contest the bedroom position, or at least show presence there. FURIA dispatched drop for a slow clear of the same. But that Art Orb has set its sights on a peak, and it's into m0NESY. Fires off the shot. They've got a good flash for this position. We've seen it time and time again. m0NESY swallows it, gets away. But Drop knows he's got positions, he's got advantage. Oh! They turn around, the multi-spray down, G2, dilapidated, Nico gets 2. That's just enough to make a winnable 1v2 for Alexi. They are low, and he cannot stomach this. The only way out is death or glory. A nade and a smoke to his name, Alexi B. Held at bay by the smoke. Safe and Drop. FURIA's new recruit. To extend play, and it's as easy as that from Safe. 3 frags in another monumental round for FURIA. What does that do to G2? Can they even whip out all of the rifles?
Well, that was the question right there. For Alexi to go for a round like that, most of the players can buy, but there are going to be a couple of omissions here, Jax being the most notable. m0NESY has enough to get himself out the AWP again right here, and that's going to be the last timeout called for G2. Both teams exhausting all 4 timeouts in regulation. If we do go to overtime, familiar territory for G2. Throughout this event so far, this will be their 5th overtime if it does find itself there. And a conversation being had, Alexi and Nico, and then the look back towards the coach of Xtaz here, maybe having to step on in with the last few seconds to give the marching orders.
Wow, 1 round of Counter-Strike, and it's either a third map or an overtime, which G2, they still have that overtime monkey on their back. There's no denying that. So many close affairs, even just in Antwerp, if not recent offline appearances. So this is it, do or die, and look at the buy. m0NESY on the AWP is the biggest weapon in play for the defense. Can he utilize it for an opener? He's trying his luck. FURIA's flashes have been fierce. They look like they want to do something quite quick and poppy. Nico actually ready for this engagement. Will he be able to contribute in this final round, or will he be nullified, fully blind? They're going to clear him. No molly. Good flash. Looking for the double. Art somehow pulls it off. And it's m0NESY's AWP again in the feed to maintain the advantage. 3 on 4, and they scarper. First test is passed. Smoke is up, established by Hunter just as they pull the plug on B. Fnatic smoke's not going to get you far. At least maintains the threat of a commitment. And it does keep 2 feet planted, so FURIA will have the man advantage if they group for the commit B.
Feels like B's the best option. They can get a 2-on-3 duel over towards this B bomb site, and they just have to break past Alexi B, tucking into the back of the site, and m0NESY's AWP posted towards coffins here. They have utility. They can get the smokes down towards CT and the coffin position, flashes to facilitate the push, and a molly if they understand where Alexi's playing. This could be perfect for FURIA to take us to overtime.
m0NESY's played coffins thousands of rounds, thousands of hours. Smoked off. Reaction is a high flash. Burning a little, Keserato softened up for the M4 and FAMAS. Alexi B equipped with that. Starting their progression, masking the steps with shots. They're in. m0NESY acknowledges, this is the clear. That is the info. Knows where Keserato is, and the bomb denial is great, but flashed off. There's only one, it's Keserato. And he should have Alexi B dead to rights. Nice shot. Hunter, do you play for the time? Do you push for the duel? Oh my god! He's got time to plant! All the pressure on Jax! He is the safe pair of hands, but now this frag is everything. He can bank on an Ancient if he could just find K-Serato or the 1v3. 5 bullets, 8 HP. K-Serato's down and Jax saves G2. Literal sweat off of their brow as the third map is secure, but by no means was that easy.
Big size of relief right there, understanding they're staying alive for at least one more map of play right here. G2, they did it the hard way, another close game, but this time avoiding an overtime affair. Bit of a smile on the face of Monacy. One more map, job's not done for either of these two teams. One to be eliminated, one to get themselves into the playoffs, and we've got a game.
We have got a game, and Ancient, of all the maps in the pool, it's Ancient with a CT start.